Good day, my people, and welcome to Sit, Sip, and Chat. Now, let's continue the journey. Hello, my people, and welcome to Sit, Sip, and Chat, where I sit with different persons in the community, have a quick chat, and we have a sip or two. Don't forget to have yourself a sip or two in between of our conversations as well, so that you can enjoy this experience with us. Today, I have with me Miss Akilah Meulens, good enough?
Yeah, take it.
And Cameron Hyman of 1727 Out. Thank you, guys. Hi.
Hola.
Thanks for having us.
Now, I have to read my introduction on the information that I found on them, because the internet is a wonderful place where you can find stuff on Twitter.
Hopefully all true.
Hopefully all true. Y'all gonna correct me where I'm wrong anyway, so
Right.
I ain't worried. Okay, so today I have two guests that are representing one brand, because collaboration is a thing and we love to see it. So first we have Akilah Meulens.
You're getting better.
I getting better. Owner of 1027 Digital, which is a boutique digital marketing agency helping brands connect to their audience through carefully curated content and custom strategy. Who is a former student of St. Dominic High School. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, I did my research good so far.
Yes.
She studied to be a medical assistant at Monroe College, then went on to biological science at Baruch, thank you so much, College, and dentistry at Howard University. All of that.
Yes.
All of that. Okay. And then we have Cameron Hyman, who is your grandmother's favorite photographer.
Facts.
I will always use that because I love it so much. And he studied accounting at Monroe College. And he's a former student of St. Martin Academy.
True. Gang, gang.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't
And one.
You choose the wrong
One
one.
of the best
Sorry.
schools by far.
I'm saying it's in the song, so it
Another
must be
interview,
true.
guys.
They've both been back on the island for some time now, and they're making their rounds to establish themselves as the professionals that they are. And they've joined forces to take over the world. Well, our 37 square miles, part of the world.
And beyond.
And beyond. And beyond. See, I already get an exclusive. And beyond. So, before we get into our chatting, we're going to talk about where we are. If you're new here, you might not know, but if you're a regular here, you already know where we are. We are at SXM Crazy Beach Bar. It's located on Front Street, number 133. They are open Tuesday to Sunday from 9 to 5. And on Thursdays, they host a karaoke night from 7 to 11. Just karaoke. And then on Fridays from 5 to 7, they host a happy hour. So we have 2 nighttime activities that you guys can come to. No pressure. No pressure. And that should be a fun time. Okay. And in November, SXM Crazy Beach Bar will be having their red and white party. It's a party. It starts at 8 o'clock on November the 4th. So it's gonna have DJ Ruby and DJ Easy Ray, which sounds like a good time if you are of a certain age demographic, or you like a certain genre demographic. I ain't alienating you. I know what you like at the other.
Yeah.
A certain genre. So come on out with your dancing shoes. Have a good time at SXM Crazy Beach Bar on November the 4th. And with that,
Hola.
I'll be shocked on.
Okay.
Hi. Yes.
Hi. How are you doing today?
Hot, but
Yeah.
good.
But good. Well, we live on an island, so hopefully it starts to get a little cooler as we go.
We hope so.
So we're going to just jump right into it. So first of all, two of you studied different things
At the same school.
at the same school at different times or the same day.
Same time.
Yeah.
The plot thickens.
We actually went to Curacao to get our student visas at the same time.
Saw each other then the consulate.
So you were friends, well, you was acquaintances before friends, and then I had a similar college experience. That's kind of weird. Okay, and then so what you studied, is it what life gave to you? So then, what did you choose to study? Why? And then, how did you end up here?
I know he's gonna look at me.
I mean, ladies first.
Yeah.
Why did I choose to study what I initially studied? So my background is in science and the medical industry. I've always wanted to be a doctor of some sort. And so once I got started at Bonner, I realized that dentistry was really the place that I wanted to go. Things did not work out in the best way or the way that I initially wanted it to, mostly because of funding. As I said, Martin, student abroad, and so when I came back, I kind of saw the opportunity to delve into entrepreneurship, initially with Amibody, and then from there I got into digital marketing, and it's a sensitive topic amongst our group. So, and then yeah, I found a love for it. I also realized I was really good at it, and really enjoyed the results that I was able to bring to them. And that was just me and myself. But I knew of obviously of Cameron's work as a photographer at the time, and then he kind of got into filmmaking as well. And I was like, hey, look, if I'm gonna do this agency model, this is the person that I want to work with in terms of content production. So
Thank you for having me there.
yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, my bad.
we can get
She
it.
asked me to stay. You know.
We can get it. Okay, and then Cameron, you studied accounting, which is not known as the most creative of fields to be in, and then you went into a very creative field. So, why accounting, and then what led to the pickle?
I liked accounting in high school. I did a couple of people SBAs for them. It was fun, getting the balance sheet to balance. And I guess that was what I thought it was about. So I decided I didn't have anything specific I wanted to study in college. So I chose accounting. I started at USM, but it quickly got very boring. I think by the time I got to cost accounting, I was hooked on all things accounting. But I already started, so I said, let me just finish. And that's how I ended up in Monroe to do my bachelor's degree. Which I basically got. I tell people I basically have a master's because the program I went to, I graduated with 150 credits, which is what you do when you get a master's. So basically have a master's in accounting with a minor in finance. But no.
You have done nothing with it.
No. I came back. I was working half days at one of our local companies. We're not giving anybody any free publicity. And I just realized quickly that it wasn't for me. They said no behind a desk all day. I had already gotten into photography. I picked that up in New York when a friend borrowed me a camera and just told me I could use it if I want to. And it started, and I don't know, I fell in love again.
Yeah. So from non-creative, like, because I think accounting is one of those more
mundane type of
it
thing.
has to be this way. This exactly how you have to do it to free reign of your imagination to wherever it may go.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I realized after I got into photography, like deeper down, like I was always taking pictures.
Yeah.
So anytime I went on a trip, I would always come back with like 200 pictures because I was documenting things along the way. And it wasn't something I realized I was doing until after I had gotten deep into photography.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So then, because I like to find this out, I think it's more of a relatable thing. What was your favorite college experience? Just to both of you, by the way.
I think I know we live on an island and it's beautiful and everything. But New York is my favorite place in the world now. And I think that getting that opportunity to experience New York was my best takeaway from the college experience.
Nice. Yeah. So you experience somewhere else and find a second or first? I'm sure you're under the bus a little bit.
Let's call it a second home.
Okay. For the sake of your safety.
For the sake of my safety. Yeah.
Okay.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? Qu'est-ce que tu fais là?
But sorry, no sir. They got this game tonight and I can't miss it. Me and my boy, we gotta watch the game, you know. So I bringing this in. You check? Alright, let me watch your leg. Watch your leg.
Sir, sorry. Why so difficult? Look, I'm watching TV here on my phone with the Tel TV Plus app. You really gotta upgrade.
Okay, so Miss, tell me about the Tel TV Plus. I hear about this.
Okay. So once you apply for Tel TV Plus,
Okay.
you can enjoy it anytime on the go.
Anytime.
Anytime.
On the go?
On the go. You simply download the app, log into your account at any time, sit back and enjoy. You will never have to miss your match.
Yo, bus driver, take me back to tell him now, please.
And we are back here at Sit, Sip, and Chat. Let me have a sip. And then I realized I forgot to introduce what it is we were drinking. That was very rude of me. I apologize. I am having a Miami Vice drink. Cameron is having wine. What was it again? Cameron?
White Zinfandel.
A white Zinfandel. I just like how you had said it. So that's
Yeah.
it.
I think we should let Akilah say hers too.
Akilah, what are you drinking?
Red martini.
No.
Oh no.
That's not the name, Akilah.
I
It's a signature drink here at SXM Crazy Beach Bar.
can't pronounce the word.
It's a porn star.
Martini. Okay.
Akilah is having a porn star martini, which is one of the signature
I was
drinks
not aware of the
here
type.
at SXM Crazy Beach Bar. How is the drink?
It's amazing, actually. Yeah.
So you should be proud to say
It's that I have a red martini.
You have a red martini? Okay, Akilah is drinking a red
Spicy
martini.
red
Also called a porn star martini. So when you come by, feel free to have you a drink. Drinks that are good. Okay. So we have the digital marketer, have the photographer and storyteller. Because in addition to being your grandmother's favorite photographer, Cameron also ventured into storytelling or videography, filmmaking. Thank you, filmmaking. And that has its own story. We'll interview Carmen. We'll interview Cameron separately on another day so we can get the story behind of that. But for now, so 1027 and Cameron Hyman merged and had a baby, and it's now called 1727 Ave. And then tell me how and why. You kind of told me before, but I should hear Cameron side of the story. Cameron side of the story. How did 1027 Avenue happen?
Besides the fact that my mother is calling, hi mom. So one thing that I learned in doing business is finding your weaknesses are important, and finding ways to solve those things or overcome them is even more important. And one thing that I really didn't like to do, and I thought my weakness was interacting or engaging with people or clients or potential clients. And Akilah, on top of coaching me in that arena, I learned that she was really good in that arena. I saw where her hands could wash mine and my hands could wash hers. So like I said in one of our talks recently, we might as well make sure that we both have clean hands so that everybody can, have clean food to eat.
Nicely said.
Yeah,
Storyteller.
I try.
Yeah.
I try. So we just saw where our businesses could benefit each other, and we figured that finding a way where we could merge those two things to offer the client a complete package could not just be good for us, but good for our potential clients and good for the island. There's a lot of people who do the things that we do, but they do it separately. And being able to provide it in one package under one roof, I think is really great.
Nice. And when did this collaboration officially begin? A partnership, I should say. Partnership officially began.
I think like April. Earlier this year.
Earlier this year.
Yeah, I think we spoke about it, I think going like late last year, but I think in January we really kind of sit down and said, we definitely have to do this.
And how has it been going so far?
Swimmingly.
I also want to add to that. A point that I think is very important is I know people are using more time and energy now, but for me it's very important to mesh well with the people that you work with. It makes work a lot easier. And at our creative group, everybody's friends, so it helps to one, create a good work culture, but also make it easy to provide for our clients as well.
Nice. The energy and the vibes
Yeah,
are there.
we try to be popping. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
And how has it been going so far? But in practically all situations, there are pros and cons. Have there been any cons to the collaboration? No,
I don't know, maybe for you only not really.
it's easier.
Yeah.
It's so far so good.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And one thing that we did have to mention too in a video is to let people know that if somebody wants to hire me to do photography or filmmaking, they can hire me and they don't have to be forced to get Akilah to do social media management. And on the flip side, if you want her to do your social media management or your digital marketing or your website, you don't have to hire camera or great photography.
Sure.
So you should, but you don't have to. So that's not a con necessarily, but we could see it in a way where people feel like they have to have us as a
Yeah.
package, and that might cause clients to
Not
go
use you.
elsewhere.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been an issue as yet, but it's definitely something that we see could be a con, and we're trying to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then there's two of you, and then there's the team. Are we making mention of the team?
Can, because I mean, like, we're about to, let everybody be known on our social media. So, Cameron and I guess our official title is lead strategist, director of photography, which means photo and video.
Yeah.
We also have Ashlyn, who's our social media manager. So she does the day-to-day publishing, scheduling, making sure all of our client accounts are A-okay. We have Junaidi, who's our executive assistant and client support. So she does all the communications of the important things.
And she keeps the ship afloat.
Yeah, without you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and scheduling those kind of things in terms of calendars, making sure all of our calendars are in sync. Like she's the one to go to.
So she's who checked it to make sure that all you could have been here today.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then reminded all you that listen,
Yeah.
all you have an interview
Yeah.
today.
Yes.
Don't be late.
That's
Uh-huh.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Smallest one in the team, by the way, but she
Thank you so
she's a
much.
muscle.
Thank you.
And then recently we just added Shadi, our graphic design lead. So what we realized is that we're getting higher quality accounts,
Nice.
and we want to provide that type of content for them. And so I knew, again, like Cameron mentioned, when you notice your weaknesses, it's time to bring in somebody that could, be an expert in that field.
Yeah.
And so that's what Shadi is for us. And then we also recently added Dominique Hodge, who I think we already had on the show. And she's our PR specialist. Anything public relations, blog, long form written content, that's her department.
So it's pulling out.
Yeah,
It's
it's
pulling out.
crazy because you're just saying like how we both started off with like 2
Yeah.
at the beginning of this year, and now it's like we had 6
Team.
already. Yeah.
Nice. That is wonderful. You
Yeah.
can catch
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would imagine scary too. So then, because the collaboration, the partnership, I keep saying collaboration, the partnership, again, you want to better, how do you say that? You want to better the field. Whenever, and the thing is, you want to make it better than when you got there. So then, how do you guys see this partnership bettering, let's say, the young entrepreneurs on the island, the persons that do brand management, the persons that do photography and storytelling? How do you think it will shape the island in a positive, or hopefully take it in a better direction than it is right now?
I know for me, on my part, I think in anything that I like to do, I like to be able to help in some way, shape or form. And so, in terms of one, providing job opportunities to fellow entrepreneurs,
Which is also good. Always good.
yeah, I think a lot of people don't feel like we have those spaces, or they feel like it's only at X amount of places on the island and the region. And so being able to kind of provide that outlet for people that want to collab, whether that's full-time, part-time, freelancer, I think is a good, for me, is one of the things that I see that we can kind of make our mark on the world. And then also just, again, quality content, quality marketing. A lot of times I think people think that because we're from St. Martin, we have to settle
Yeah.
for a certain type of content or service, whatever it is. And it's our mission to, again, be able to prove that, hey, people from St. Martin can compete on the same level as people from the region or even internationally as well. So for me, those are the two which I think that we're hopefully making good.
Nice. How you think that?
I'm going to piggyback on what you said. And first thing I want to mention is, in addition to allowing people to see that they don't have to settle for quality and that you do have people here that can compete with other people regionally or internationally, we're also letting people see that you can pay an international price, right? Because I've seen companies bring production teams from abroad to create productions here that I feel like I can do 3 times better the job with a team that's smaller than what they imported. Um, so I don't want people to feel that because they're getting that type of quality locally means they have to pay local price.
Yeah.
Or if you were gonna pay the international team $10,000, that don't mean you have to pay me 10,000 bill dollars.
Yeah.
I want my dollars. That's the first part. And secondly, indirectly, what this is allowing us to do is, so for example, in the beginning of the school year, we had a shoe drive that turned into a small shoe drive that should have been a bigger shoe drive that neither here nor there. But this collaboration, allowing us to get bigger accounts, is putting us in a position where we can give back more to the community.
Yeah.
Because that's something that we want to do. And another thing it's doing is, so for me, it's freeing up my schedule in a way that I can do a lot more of the things that I want to do. Like I have a short film that I filmed in April or something like that I haven't even looked at since I filmed it. And there's a lot of other like local type of stories that I want to do like short films on. And having these bigger accounts is helping me to say no to a lot of the other smaller things I was doing before, which frees up my time to be able to tell more of the stories that I want to tell.
Or more of the passion projects.
Yeah.
You
Things
want to
that
tell stories.
not just highlights my filmmaking and storytelling, but also highlights the island and the people of the island as well. Yeah.
All of the vibes to make a change. Like we ain't just doing business and getting money.
Yeah.
We're making a change.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a little quick change. We're gonna take another break. We're gonna come back. They're gonna have some sips. You have a sip too. Go to the bathroom quick if you need to. We're gonna be right back.
Yo! Be the first.
Welcome back. We're still here with Miss Akilah Meulens. Akilah can miss yeah. She gonna forgive me, it's okay. And Karen Hyman of 1727 Avenue. We're still having some sips. We are still sitting here chatting. It's a wonderful chat so far. Thank you guys.
Thank
for
you.
being here. For having me.
You're getting all the excuses.
Yeah.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Come in quick before somebody else realizes,
You
hey.
need to put it on our social.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed you did the introduction with you. I noticed that yesterday.
Mhm.
And I was like, I should keep this and put it up in the interview. Since she started to introduce herself now, I should take it and put it up quickly. But yeah.
That was smart.
Okay, so if we jump into it, before we wrap up, I want to know what advice, it's a two-part question. Yeah, advice, because you got to pass it on, pay it forward. What advice would you tell somebody who's looking to become an entrepreneur on St. Martin? On St. Martin, because you know he's a little bit different than the rest of the world. And what do you think has been the most challenging part of being an entrepreneur?
Those answered.
How about you answer? Okay, you answer advice for entrepreneurs on St. Martin, the most challenging part of being an
Yeah,
entrepreneur.
he had a little bit more skin in the game. So,
You start off Cindy.
my advice. Wow. Usually, whenever most people ask the same question, I think a lot of entrepreneurs are aspiring entrepreneurs. Their biggest fear is if they're starting. And my advice would be to not overthink it. Just start whatever it is that you're trying to do. Go ahead and do it. I would also recommend collaborating in some shape or form. It makes life a lot easier. And then look for ways to get in connection and contact with other entrepreneurs. Especially if it's in your whatever industry that you're trying to pursue a career in, see who's been there before, what are the mistakes that they've learned from, or what are the steps that you could kind of don't have to go through that. Because it definitely helps a lot. I realized in my journey, especially previously with anybody, there was nobody else doing it at that level before me. So I had to teach myself a lot. That's 1027. It's not 1027, so pros and cons. I definitely would not have gone into digital marketing if it wasn't for me to reach out anybody. But I definitely would have found it helpful to have some kind of mentor, somebody to talk to in this space.
And Cameron,
No.
what do you think have been the most challenging part of entrepreneurship?
So quickly, I just want to mention that when you're seeking advice from other entrepreneurs, try to be as authentic as possible. Because we experience people coming to us, hey Cam, hey Akilah, I just want to learn this, I just want to learn that. Oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? And then they turn around and they ghost you. And then they turn around and then they open their own business. I'm just like,
In the same
field.
Yeah.
Like you could have
So that's what
led with your intentions,
Yeah.
There's so much we could have given you advice differently. We could have talked about collaborating, joining forces instead of having 3 and 5, you could have been 8. I just feel like we've experienced people that haven't been authentic in their approach. And I feel like if you're going to approach somebody for advice or mentorship or anything in the field, try to be as authentic as possible. And in terms of like hardships and stuff as an entrepreneur,
me a top one.
it's not a 9 to 5, it's a 24/7.
25/8. Oh yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, it's hard. Like sometimes I'm driving home at night from a job and just have to, no music, windows up. Just I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to see nothing. I just want to get home.
I need to get home.
Yeah. Sometimes even
Decompress.
after jobs too, like I sit in the car for like half an hour before I even started. I'm just there, just like, okay, we can go now. It's not easy. It's a 25/8 as Akilah said.
Just be aware that it's
Yeah.
not. You can't just switch off when you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It doesn't turn
continues
off.
to
It
go.
doesn't turn off. And as much as you can, try to plan breaks before your body demands it.
That happened a couple times this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause I recently had to travel. I was off island for like 3 weeks, and that was me just needing to go.
Yeah.
Because if you don't plan enough breaks, when your body decides to shut down,
For you.
it
Yes.
just shuts down.
I've witnessed that a few times myself, so I completely understand. And with that, my people, we had 1727 sit down with us here at SXM Crazy Beach Bar. I hope you enjoyed this sit, sip, and chat. I hope you had a sip, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed our chat. And until the next time, have a wonderful day.